how have you felt about the quality of education here at Southeastern?
Compared to like, I mean, it's really been my only college experience, so it's not. I find it not quite as hard as I thought college would be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. It seems a lot like high school, sort of. I mean, and then the like the class loads, I guess, are a little more. It's been a while since high school, so I don't really remember it very well. But I didn't really struggle too much in high school, and I haven't really been struggling like at Southeastern.
Mm-hmm.
And in my field, I'm a graphic design major. I feel like in my field, I've kind of been teaching myself a lot, whereas the teachers give me the premises to use the computers and the printers and stuff like that, and they're like, okay, here's your project, now do it. And then occasionally they'll come by and be like, okay, that's good, you know. And in your beginning classes, they kind of teach you the programs, but I kind of came to Southeastern knowing most of the programs already, so I guess I feel like I haven't learned a whole lot as far as like design goes.
Right.
Yeah.
So you feel that there should have been more facilitation or something on the part of the teacher, or did
Yeah.
you prefer the space?
Well, I just feel like I'm coming to school to learn as a, like, be taught things
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to teach myself things that, I could probably do this at home, like, oh, I don't know how to do this, look it up on Google,
Right.
I don't know. I've heard, like, I don't know, I go to maybe Loyola and look at, their maybe art show, and maybe it seems like the quality of their product seems maybe more, like, maybe trained,
Right.
but then again, it all kind of looks very similar, as opposed to, I think, maybe we get a lot of different stuff out of our program. You know what I'm saying? Am I just talking in circles?
I'm slightly lost, but so are you saying that the process of education needs to be a little bit more involved on the part of the teachers?
Yes. Yeah, instead of, or at least, I mean, I understand maybe in the senior, upper level classes, like free reign, but I feel like even when I was a sophomore, there wasn't very much direction
Mm-hmm.
as far as, oh, this makes good graphic design and this makes bad graphic design.
Right.
So, I mean, it almost, with the exception of one teacher, it almost feels like they're afraid to tell you you're doing bad.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
So there's a kind of a lack of guidance
Yeah, at least I feel that way.
in the earlier years.
Yeah.
Right. Is that more, do you think, personal teacher style, or is it more the kind of situation the teacher finds themselves in relation to the number of students and the expectations on the teacher for the task that they have to fulfill?
It could be teacher style, because we had this one teacher for a semester, and I feel like maybe she had a little more, I guess, was more about the technical aspects of graphic design,
Right.
whereas current teachers maybe it's, personal style, like kind of standoffish, and
Right.
I don't know.
I can kind of see that. Is that just in your field, or is that in all of your classes that are kind of because we have to take basic classes required for our
Right.
field and then the extra classes and all that.
Yeah, not extra, is it not extra? Core
Right.
classes. I don't really feel a lot of fulfillment from most of my other classes either. Like, I don't know. It just seems so. I don't know. I can't really explain it. Especially like the freshman classes, it feels like the teachers are. Well, a lot of my teachers were like, you know, I know you don't want to be here, and you know you don't have to come, but you know it's not my fault if you fail, or something like that. Like I feel like they're not very driven to push the students at all. Like, I don't know.
There's kind of an attitude of indifference.
Yeah, from the
Right.
students and, I mean, from the teachers, and so that makes the students feel like it's okay
Right.
to feel that way, and then they don't come to class, and then they drop or whatever.
Right.
And like, I know, I think it's, I don't know, one of my friends always talks about this. He was in this, I don't know, freshman level history class or something, and it was the day of the final, and this girl, no one had ever seen this girl before, like, in class ever, and she came to take the final, and the teacher was like, "Who are you?" She said, "Oh, I'm in this class, you know, I haven't been, but, you know, I'm just gonna try to," she's like, "You realize this is worth 50% of your grade," or, like, something, like, even if you make 100%, you're still going to fail miserably. She's like, "Yeah, but, you know, I'm just gonna," she's like, "Get out, like, you should bring them to class." I don't know, and I don't know.
Right. How do you think, what's the cause of this indifference kind of on the part of teachers? Because you've already said that the students' indifference has a lot to do with, you know, the indifference being created by the teacher, but where does the teacher's indifference kind of come from, you think?
It could be a catch-22, you know? Like, everybody's just in there, like, they can see the students don't care, and so the teachers don't care. I don't know. Maybe... I don't know. I really... Because I see that in a lot of teachers.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of teachers that I've had, especially in the lower, you know, 100, 200 level classes, they're just like, whatever. I haven't had very many, like, really, like, hard, like, I guess, passionate teachers,
Right.
you know? They're engaging.
Right.
So, I know in I had a really good teacher for one of my biology classes, and, I mean, she was, like, I don't know. She was very engaging and made people want to, you know, come to class and, you know, learn about the subject. And, you know, but some people complained about it, like, "Oh, she makes us read, and oh, she makes us do these, you know, scavenger hunt projects or whatever." I'm like, you're in college, like, you're gonna do work. What do you expect? You know? I don't.
What do you think the recent budget cuts have to do with the atmosphere in school? This kind of indifference.
Yeah. Maybe, like, I mean, I'm not entirely sure how the budget cuts have affected, like, teachers' salaries. Like, have they gone down? Or, I mean, because if that was the case, you know, maybe that could be contributing to why they're like, "Oh, it doesn't matter how good I do, they're still going to cut my pay, and, you know, we're not getting the supplies we need," and I don't know. Maybe it makes people feel like, oh, they don't, you know, no one else outside of Southeastern really cares about Southeastern, so